Alright, so everyone who plays Palworld already knows that Daedream is one of the best pals in game, especially when you're first starting out. But what if I were to set out and create the perfect team of Daedreams? Would it still be good even in late game? Well, in this video, I plan to find out. And thanks to this comment on my last video, that means perfect passive skills and perfect IVs for a full team of 5 Daedreams. But that's not all. Typically, the best strategy for Daedream is when used in tandem with Hoocrates. So, I'm also thinking about getting a perfect Hoocrates, that way I can test a team of only Daedreams, and then a team of Daedreams plus Hoocrates. But without further ado, let's hop right in. Okay, let me take you guys through this whole process with me just a bit. The first step to creating any perfect pal is deciding what traits I want it to have, and then figuring out how I want to breed it. As far as Daedream goes, I want to see just how much damage they can do using only the necklace. So, we'll probably want as much attack power as possible. That means something like Ferocious, Musclehead, Legend, and Lord of the Underworld. Now, to anyone who thinks that something like Lucky would be better than Lord of the Underworld, here's the math on why that's not true. If you have any doubts, we can talk about it in the comments. But for now, let's move on. Now, thanks to my last 2 videos, I've already caught Necromus and done some brooding down from him. So after some thinking, I think my plan is to work my way down from Bristla and also Dazi. The only reason being that I have Brisla's with Legend and Lord of the Underworld, and Dazi's with Musclehead and Ferocious. So I could just pass down the traits, and I'll be good. But that's where IVs come in. The surest way to breed a Daedream, or any other pal for that matter, with absolutely perfect IVs, would mean its parents also need to have perfect IVs, as IVs are mostly inherited from their parents. So in a perfect situation, I'll want Sparkit to have perfect IVs, and Direhowl to have perfect IVs. So here's what I did to get a perfect IV Sparkit. I went out, and I caught a lot of Chickapees. I then went and sifted through them all until I sorted out which ones had any 100 IVs, after which I would pair one with perfect health, and another with perfect attack, until I got one that had both those stats perfect. And after excessive crossbreeding, I eventually got a couple Chickapees with perfect stats in everything. After which, it became as easy as breeding these Chickapees with my Bristlas that had the passives I wanted, eventually giving me Sparkits with both perfect IVs and the 2 traits I needed. And not to bore you guys too much with all the breeding shenanigans, it was pretty much the same exact process for Direhowl, except I caught Direhowls and bred them together once I had some with the right traits and IVs. Then, inevitably, I had both a perfect Sparkit and a perfect Direhowl, after which, it was really just a matter of how long it was going to take for me to get all the Daedreams I wanted. Now, I cannot stress this enough. This was way more difficult than I make it sound. I should have timed how long it took me in real time, but the whole process took about 900 cakes, give or take. But I finally got there. 5 Daedreams with perfect IVs and perfect stats. Man, I hope it was worth it. As far as naming them goes, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to name them all individually, so instead, I named them all different letters so that in team, they would spell out the word dream, making them the Dream Team. Get it? Because they spell out dream, and their names are Daedream, and they're a good team? Anyways, now all that's left is to fully condense them, max out their stats with Pal Souls, and get some food to feed them before fighting. And after doing all that, here's how strong they are at level 1. Now, since people typically use this kind of team for fighting Zoe and Grisbolt, that's what we'll do once I get them to level 10. And just like that, here we are, with the whole team at level 10, and we'll see just how good this strat is against the first boss. Alright, time to see if the Dream Team lives up to their name. Oh, there they are. Get 'em, boys. Ooh, okay, that was like, what, a little over 3,000 damage? That's pretty good, especially when you consider that they can't take any damage themselves. So I guess it's really just going to come down to how many shots it's going to take to bring them down. Let's just skip through it and count how many shots it takes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more shot and that'll be it. And 10. That's honestly pretty damn good. And at only like a minute and 14 seconds too, I would say that this is a pretty viable strategy. But let's move on. Hey, remember how I said I was going to test a team with Hoocrates too? Well, I decided to skip past the breeding forum, but here he is. A perfect Hoocrates at level 10. Now we can see how this comp compares to the last one. I will say, unfortunately, the Daedreams are now level 11 instead of level 10, so it won't quite be a perfect comparison. Oh, and they no longer spell dream. It's now Dear Socrates, which, I don't know, it was one of the only things I could come up with. But anyways, let's just get in there and do it. Alright Socrates, this boss should be no problem for an owl as wise as you are. Okay, here's my initial prediction. I think this team is going to do more overall damage, right? Since Socrates can use real attacks and use them more often, but on the downside, Socrates is actually going to be able to take damage, and even possibly die. But he also buffs the Daedreams with a 20% damage increase, so I think it all balances out, and we can kind of already see it all. Socrates is taking some moderate damage, but he's also able to deal some as well. That on top of the Daedreams doing their thing, and yeah, this is a pretty good team. Yeah, and the Daedreams are putting in work right now, oh my goodness. I think they still do around 3,000 damage, which is crazy considering it's one less Daedream. Well, let's just let them finish this one out. Shoot, alright. That was like, what, 59 seconds? If I remember correctly, the Dream team was like a minute 14 seconds. So there you go. This team's a little bit better. Though, I guess the Daedreams were level 11, so take it as you will. Alright, for around level 10, both teams were pretty good. But what we really want to see is how strong they're going to be at level 50. So, I did just that, and I think it's time to go find out. Alright, time to see just how strong they are. Whew, 20,000 damage in one attack? Yeah, that's the kind of damage we were looking for. God damn, it only took 2 attacks. That was barely over 15 seconds at most. Well, I guess let's try it with Hoocrates, though I can't imagine it'll go very different. Alright, real quick, before we do the fight. Here's the stats of Socrates for anyone who wanted to see it, and here's the stats of our Daedreams for anyone who wanted to see it. Alright, let's do it. Alright, let's see it, Socrates. Dude, that was only like 7 seconds. They didn't even last 10 whole seconds against Socrates and his squad. I guess we should test him on something stronger then, huh? Alright, let's do something a bit different for the finale. Usually, I would go fight another boss, like maybe Lily and Lylene, or even Alex and Orzurk. But nah, this time, let's try them out on Palladius. I figure a legendary pal should be a good test, right? Let's find out if this team can truly hold up in the late game of Palworld. So, Socrates, you and your gang got this. Luckily for them, I've recently caught Necromus, so we can test our little squad here on just Palladius. I honestly have no idea how this is going to turn out, but they're doing some pretty solid damage to him. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But even if Hoocrates dies, eventually the Daedreams will be able to kill Palladius. As long as I stay alive anyways. But that'd be lame. We want Socrates and co to be the undisputed winner of this. Dude, honestly, Poison Blast goes crazy. You guys in the comments of my last 2 vids were absolutely right. Yo, that was sick. Almost like it was straight out of an anime. Ooh, okay. Daedreams are doing like maybe 90 damage a hit, roughly, which is just a little less than 400 per shot. That's honestly not bad, especially against a legendary. I don't want to jinx it, but it's looking like Hoocrates has the upper hand here. Though, it definitely helps a little bit that Palladius will sometimes target me instead of him. On the other hand though, if I were actually hoping, this would be a completely different story. It might have been really one-sided at that point. You know, honestly, I kinda thought Palladius would be putting up a better fight than this. He is a legendary after all. Oh no. No way I just jinxed it. Socrates is about to die. Come on, buddy, you got this. Yeah, come on, come on. Just a couple more attacks. Oh, it's gonna be close. Come on, throw something. That's not enough. The Daedreams! Whew, that was close. All right, well, there you have it. The strategy is pretty solid, even in late game. And honestly, that was actually pretty impressive. Well, I guess that's the end of Socrates and the Dream Team. Until next time.